Hey everyone, welcome to another Technology Paul video. Today we're going to be talking about Apple Arcade, the subscription-based gaming service that's offered by Apple. I've reviewed a few gaming subscriptions on my channel before, notably Xbox Game Pass as well as PS Plus. But not everyone has a PC or a console. Maybe they have a Mac, which doesn't play a lot of big PC titles. Or maybe they prefer mobile gaming with their phone or tablet. One of the key factors driving the growth of the mobile gaming industry is the widespread adoption of smartphones and tablets, which have made it easy for people to play games on the go. The popularity of mobile gaming has also been fueled by the rise of free-to-play games, which are supported by in-app purchases or advertising, which is a business model in which users can purchase additional content or features within a game. While in-app purchases have been a major source of revenue for game developers, there are also some negative impacts of this model that have come to light, like manipulative techniques to encourage players to make in-app purchases, and by creating artificial barriers to in-game progress. Well, Apple launched Apple Arcade in 2019, and one of the big selling points they spoke about was the lack of in-app purchases. Apple Arcade offers a library of over 100 games that can be downloaded and played offline, with no in-app purchases or additional payments required. In the mobile gaming landscape, that sounds like a breath of fresh air, right? Well, that fact alone doesn't mean the service is going to be good. That's what we're here to investigate. So let's dig in. Okay, we've kind of set things up here, but let's explain what exactly is Apple Arcade. Of course, it's a subscription-based gaming service offered by Apple, and it's available on iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple TV. The games can be played using the touch interface on iOS, mouse and keyboard on the Mac, and even the Apple TV remote on the Apple TV. Many of the games also offer support for Apple's MFI, which is made for iOS game controllers. By the way, that includes Xbox and PlayStation controllers, which is great because many households will already have one of those lying around. The service runs for $5.99 per month, or you can get it included in the Apple One subscription, which is $24.95 per month, but also includes Apple Music, Apple TV Plus, and iCloud. One of the great features of Apple Arcade is that it includes support for family sharing, allowing up to 6 family members to share a subscription and access the same games, all for that $5.99 price. That's pretty good. I personally use Apple Arcade most on my iPhone and iPad. I'm not a Mac gamer by any means, and I just got a PC, so I'm getting into PC games now, but I'm not about to load up too many games on my MacBook Air. On the TV, I've got a PS5, so I'll likely use that for games over my Apple TV, which is mainly used for media. But mobile gaming is where I focus on Apple Arcade, and I suspect that's how most people access the Apple Arcade content. So with all that said, how good are the games? Well, there's actually been many critically acclaimed games released on the service since its launch in 2019. In fact, some of the most highly regarded games on the service include Grindstone. It's a puzzle game that is set in a medieval fantasy world. You take on the role of a warrior who is on a quest to defeat monsters and collect valuable loot. The gameplay involves matching colors of monsters in order to attack them and progress through levels. You can also collect and upgrade weapons, armor, and other items to help you on your quest. Sayonara Wild Hearts, where you control a character who is on a journey to restore balance to the universe. It involves navigating through levels and completing challenges, such as racing on long boards, playing cards, and motorcycles, or engaging in battles against bosses. The game's mechanics are closely tied to the music, and you need precise timing and quick reflexes to succeed. The Pathless. The game is set in a mystical forest, and you control a hunter who is on a quest to defeat a curse that has been afflicting the land. In the game, you must navigate through the forest, solving puzzles and defeating bosses in order to progress. You also have a bow and arrow to attack enemies and solve puzzles, as well as using a spirit animal companion to explore the world. The game features a stunning art style and a beautiful soundtrack. Beyond a Steel Sky. It's an adventure game that is set in a dystopian future where society is controlled by an advanced artificial intelligence. The game is apparently a sequel to the 1994 game Beneath a Steel Sky, and it features the return of the character Robert Foster, who's on a quest to uncover the truth about the AI that controls his world. Throughout the game, you must solve puzzles, interact with other characters, and make decisions that affect the story. The game features detailed graphics and a branching narrative that allows players to explore different paths through the story. Sneaky Sasquatch. It's an adventure game that follows the adventures of a Sasquatch who is trying to live a normal life while hiding from humans. The game is set in a fictional national park, and you have to help the Sasquatch complete various tasks and missions while avoiding detection by park rangers and other humans. You can explore the park, collect items, and interact with a variety of characters. The game has a colorful, cartoonish art style to it. Overland. It's a survival strategy game that is set in a post-apocalyptic world where you lead a group of survivors on a road trip across the United States. The game is turn-based, and you must carefully manage your resources and make decisions that will affect the survival of your group. In the game, you will scavenge for supplies, repair your vehicles, and fight off a variety of creatures that have taken over the world. The game actually features procedurally generated levels, meaning that each playthrough is unique and different from the last. Crayola Create and Play, which is an educational game that is designed for children 3 to 8. The game features a variety of interactive activities and games that teach children about art, creativity, and problem solving. Children can explore a virtual art studio where they can create their own artwork using a variety of virtual Crayola tools, including markers, crayons, and paint. The game also includes a variety of mini games and puzzles that teach children about colors, shapes, and patterns. It's a highly enjoyable mobile game that is well worth checking out for parents and educators looking for a fun and educational activity for children. Fruit Ninja Classic. It's a casual action game in which you slice through fruit with a virtual sword by swiping your fingers across the screen. The goal of the game is to slice as much fruit as possible without missing or letting any fruit drop to the ground. You can also unlock new blades and backgrounds as you progress through the game. Fruit Ninja is a game that a lot of people will know. It's been around for years, and it's actually been downloaded over 1 billion times. JetPack Joyride 2. It's a casual action game in which you control a character who flies through the air using a jetpack. The goal of the game is to fly as far as possible, collecting coins and avoiding obstacles along the way. You can also unlock new jetpacks, vehicles, and other items as you make progress. And there's so many more games, but I can't go on all day. Here's a sampling. Hot Lava, Ocean Horn 2, Pac-Man Party Royale, The Oregon Trail, Cut the Rope, Lego Brawls, Rayman Mini. The service offers a wide variety of games in different genres, including action, adventure, puzzle, strategy, and more. So there is something for everyone to enjoy. But do you know who loves Apple Arcade? Well, there's actually some people who love it a lot, even though they don't play the games. And do you know who that group is? Parents. And it makes a lot of sense, really. Think about it. Apple Arcade has safe and family-friendly content because it only offers games that are appropriate for all ages. So parents can be confident that the games their children are playing are safe and appropriate. On top of that, you can use parental controls to set limits on the amount of time your children spend playing games. And as I mentioned before, there's no in-app purchases. A lot of mobile games are designed to encourage players to make in-app purchases, which can add up quickly and result in unexpected charges on a parent's credit card. With Apple Arcade, parents don't have to worry about their children making accidental purchases or spending too much money. So here's the bottom line about Apple Arcade. Now, first, there are a couple of downsides. For one thing, like with any other subscription, you don't own the games. The idea is that you can download and play any of the games as much as you want, but you have to keep paying for the service to continue getting access to the games. And unlike PS Plus or Xbox Live, for example, you don't get a couple of free games a month that are yours to keep. The other thing about Apple Arcade is that it is only available on Apple devices. If you got this far thinking that wasn't the case, I do feel bad for you. But you know Apple. Typically, they are going to only make their services available on their own devices, the notable exception being Apple Music. But when it comes to Arcade, you need at least one Apple device to take advantage. But on the upside, the selection of games on Apple Arcade is impressive, with a diverse range of genres and styles to choose from puzzle games and platformers to RPGs and strategy games. There is something for everybody. The games are also updated regularly, so there is always something new to try. And of course, Apple Arcade has a focus on offering high quality, well-designed games that are free of in-app purchases and advertisements. This means that players can enjoy an uninterrupted gaming experience without being bombarded by pop-ups or having to spend additional money to progress in the game. Overall, Apple Arcade is a great value for those who enjoy mobile gaming. The selection of games is top-notch, and the lack of in-app purchases and advertisements makes for a more enjoyable gaming experience. It is definitely worth considering for anyone with an Apple device. But hey, that's just me. What do you think of Apple Arcade? Are you a subscriber? And if so, what's your favorite game? And how does Apple Arcade stack up against the other gaming subscription services out there? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a nice thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Technology Paul for more great content. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.